Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. So today's Market Watch is going to be something very, very special that I'm really excited and very, very enthusiastic of sharing with you guys tonight. It's going to be some of my all-time favorite collector's cards, collectors slash playable, depending on how you look at it. Mostly collector's cards. These are very, very old, from some of my all-time favorite sets from this quadrant of the game. It's going to be Crossroads of Chaos, the Dual Genesis, Phantom Darkness, and Light of Destruction. So let's get right into it. The first is going to be Plague Spreader Zombie. So fun fact, this was the very first tuner that I ever bought. Black Rose and Stardust were my first synchros coming back in the game in 2011. And this was the first tuner that I got, and I got them. I remember buying all three of them together off eBay. So really, really special history merit to me personally. Of course, these are the original print Ultimate Rares from CSOC, and these are just insane money, like fat stacks of caches, pretty much all across the board for first edition Ultimate Rares for any condition. I mean, starting market price is just really, really crazy here. You can see. We're going to go ahead and switch over to some more favorable conditions though. Because of the price of this card and the age of it and just the sheer collectability behind it and just the amazing aesthetics, it's just ridiculous. I would even be willing to go to first edition mod play, which starting market price is going to be 133-ish bones for like 1Z, 2Z stacks. First lightly played is going to be 300 bones. And then the first near mint copies of first edition Ultimates are going all the way up to 700 bones, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very incredible. I didn't see any bulk prices there. These are all 1Z. Well, there is a Deutsch European German one here if you guys are interested in that. If you're into some Euro prints for about 380, but other than that, all 1Z, 2Z stacks all across the board. Really, really crazy, insane collectability value in this. Titanial Princess of Camillus is going to be next, so of course CSOC Ultimate Rares. Now this is pretty much eradicated on the market. For first edition Ultimate Rare original prints, there's only 3 listings of 1Z stacks. There's again European, Deutsch, German here, which are 170, and then the first English is 175, and it jumps to 200 after that. So this is pretty much just cleared off the market, and this is for any condition for first edition exclusively. Now, of course, there are several unlimiteds available, and I would be more interested on the stack prices. So without stack prices, 1Z, 2Zs are about 13 bones, give or take, 13, 15 for mod plays. And then there is some bulk stacks here. So I honestly think it is a steep price because these aren't first edition, but for bulk prices, like especially near mints are really nice. If these truly are near mint, under 20 bones is a fantastic buy. There's 2 playsets here for 6 and a stack of 4 for 15 and 20. So I think this 15 stack is going to go relatively quickly. Again, this card is just gorgeous. It's an amazing card. You have the old school combo with Lone Fire Blossom. Really, really great stuff. Amazing aesthetics. Really great cardboard quality, cardstock quality, and just all around just amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Tempest Magician is going to be next. So to my understanding, again, this set was a little bit before my time. It was still very popular when I came back in the game in 2011. But if I have my history merit correct, I believe that this was like an OTK burn synchro card that was just really infamous, and a lot of dark history merit to this. It has just completely unparalleled artwork. It is a high rarity of secret rare, and it's got this death sight and all these kind of flying demon bats in the background. It's really, really crazy, really, really cool stuff. She's definitely a total baddie in my book. Starting market price for mod play through near mint first edition original secrets mod play is a phantom under 60 bones. Starting market price, there's some Italiano ones here, and then it goes up to about 63 plus, and these are all 1 stacks. No bulk prices available in this, so really, really, really incredible for that. Next is going to be Overdrive Teleporter. So this is one of the more popular secrets from CSOC. I feel like every once in a while there's some pretty big YouTube market watch channels that go in and out with this card. This card is pretty insane. It's pretty unique that you can rip 2 psychics from your deck. That's still pretty unheard of even in nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's pretty incredible. You know, later on in this video I'm going to be going over the ultimate E-Tellies, which allows you to rip 1, which is, you know, obviously theme based here. It is apparently, I guess, to my understanding, a solo print too, so there's no other variants besides these secret rares, which is pretty incredible. Ideally you'd want a first edition, but again, being that this is a CSOC secret rare and it's a solo print, it's pretty absurdly expensive. I mean, mod plays starting market price is 24 bones, lightly played goes to, you know, about 36, and then near mints are going to go about 54. There's only 2 pages of availability. If you wanted to, I mean, I guess you could get unlimiteds again, because of the sheer fact that this is a solo print and it's like an old school, like really sought after secret rare from a really infamous set. Unlimiteds wouldn't be too terrible. I mean, near mints are starting at 14-15 bones for even a couple stacks, which is really not that bad. It is kind of a steep price point given that this is a very situational card. There's not a lot of like major psychic decks out there of late. But again, you never really know when Konami's going to drop support for psychics, and this card looks gorgeous, and it's got really great artwork and really cool secret rare holofoils and all that stuff. So really awesome stuff. Knight and Sorcerer is going to be next. So there are, I think, 1 or 2 other mirrored super rare variants from subsets, like more modern subsets. But again, this is the OG CSOC super rare holofoils. Really great aesthetics. I love like the like sorcery like moon back here, really great. I mean, it's a dark level 2 spellcaster tuner, really great stats, 1300 attack. I'm a big fan of 13, so I think that's really cool. The thing that's really cool about this is when it's special summon, you get a rip 2 from your opponent's graveyard, and it's not once per turn. So if you like do like a synchro summon loop, and you like can just proc off multiple cards from your opponent's graveyard, and it's any card. It can be magic cards, trap cards, monster cards, any card. No card is off limit. It's a really diverse. I guess it's really diverse. For 1 to 2 stacks is very affordable, roughly around 2 to 3 bone mark. This is definitely something that I feel that you'd want to invest in bulk prices, but unfortunately for first edition original prints, bulk prices isn't really there. So it's kind of tough, but really great card. Next is going to be E-Telly. So moving on to the Duelist Genesis now as the ultimate rares. Now my personal like way Mexican theory is if you're going to go high rarity, if you're going to go all out, you have to go first edition. Like it's the same thing with like the only exceptions I can kind of say for myself personally is like Ghost Rare. So obviously Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon original print, Ghost Rare Black Rose original print from these sets are insanely collectible, very nostalgic, very liquidable on the market, and insanely fat price tagged. That being said, I think it's acceptable to get lightly played or better, maybe even mod play if you get like an extremely good deal. But for the most part, the old school like 5Ds era Ghost Rares are really the only exception that I believe for max rarity for not getting first edition, just because the price points are just so incredibly insane. But E-Telly, you definitely want to go first edition. There is, I believe, a collector's rare of this now, if I'm not mistaken. I think one of the more modern sets donned a collector's rare. But this is the OG, this is ultimate rare. This is very much the Duelist Genesis, which is, you know, one of my all-time favorite sets this time. Starting market price for first edition alties are going to be about 70 bones for mod play. These are all onesie twosie stacks on the first page. Let's go ahead and see if we can wrangle up some lightly played. 100 bones plus starting market price for lightly playeds, and then near mints are probably even gonna be, you know, more 6 pages here. I'm more curious for bulk prices again, because I mean, if you're gonna go all out, you're gonna get this. I mean, no one's gonna want to just have one of these. If you're one of those crazy players that likes to play like your max rarity stuff, you know, there's definitely players out there. I'm not personally one of those players. Like, I love collecting, buying, selling, investing in high rarity, but I won't be caught dead playing my ulti first emergency E-Tellies. But anyway, some people do, and that's fine. You know, people like to feel good, you know, with max rarity too, and I do too. It's really great. You know, time and place for everything. So for bulk prices, there's a stack of 4 and 3. Starting market price for that is going to be 135 bones. So pretty good stuff. Psychic Overlord is going to be next. So this card, I know that we have Pot of Avarice, and Pot of Avarice has an ulti, it has supers, has a secret, has a whole bunch of really great prints, and that's really old too. Now, this is obviously very limited because it's a trap card, so it's slower than Pot of Avarice. It's also 3 cards instead of 5 cards, which is technically a plus because you can proc it off easier than doing 5 cards. But it's very, very limited in the fact that it has to be Psychic type specifically. Obviously, back in the day, Psychic type was very, very, like, you know, Konami was very orientated to producing cards that supported the Psychic R-type. So this definitely helped out them specifically and kind of helped their grow their card pool. Again, there still really isn't like any major super strong Psychic, like pure Psychic builds that you can run this in. But again, the best thing, and these are kind of like the best investments because you never really know what is going to come out, when it's going to come out, what kind of new things for what types of decks. Again, it's a great set. It's an awesome rarity of ultimate rare. It's got really, really killer artwork. And this used to be like super affordable. I'm talking like lightly played first editions, like 2-3 bones. Unfortunately, now that kind of time has passed. Mod plays for first edition ultis are about 4 bones starting market price. Lightly plays are going anywhere from about 8 to 10 bones starting market price. There is only 2 pages of availability for this, and I didn't see any bulk prices on the first page. The first and, well, actually, look, there's 2. Core TCG has a playset here for 19, which again is not, well, it is actually, it's pretty terrible seeing how, again, like, you know, not too long ago I feel like these are just like a couple bones, and you know, now they're obviously being cleared up on the market, and then 20 bones plus this ridiculous shipping here for this 4 stack. So boats kind of sailed on that, but again, something to keep an eye on when these go down every once in a while. If you can pick them up locally or from trades, really affordable, I think it's a great pickup. Definitely not at those prices now, but old prices if you can find them, and if it tends to go down over time. Charge of Light Brigade is going to be next. So I am an Advent lover of Lightsworn. Lightsworn, and it's one of the reasons why, again, the Duelist Genesis and Light Destruction are some of my all-time favorite sets of this time, just because those were like the OGs of Lightsworns. And again, like, Lightsworns are just so cool. Like, I think they have awesome artwork, like the playability behind them, and they're just a fun deck to pilot, and they're very splashable. There's a lot of different things that you can do with them. There's all around really great stuff. I'm a huge fan of Lightsworns. This being the original Secret Rare prints from Duelist Genesis, very, very sought after, very nostalgic, very collectible. First edition secrets for mod play, starting market price is 125 bones, and it just trickles up after that. Lightly played is about 160, and then there is a stack of 3 right here. There's 4 pages of availability. I really wouldn't recommend getting near mints for these because they're just so expensive. I think lightly played, as long as you get first edition original, mod play lightly played I think is going to be the better deal to get. But again, I understand there's like super hardcore collectors. I consider myself like a collector first. Like, my priority is collecting over competitive play, but I also really enjoy competitive play too. So I'm kind of like a hybrid blend player, but I know that, you know, some people are kind of like tend to be one or the other. That's just personally what I think. I would personally, if I was, like, I don't right now, but when I do have the funds to drop on like these higher end cards, I'm definitely going to be investing in first editions exclusively, but it's going to be either lightly played or mod played. There's slim to no chance that I'm going to go full on near mints personally. So yeah, lightly played first edition is 180, and then there's a near mint stack 3 here for 280. And it kind of trickles up after that. Here's some Deutsch European ones, which actually look really, really cool. I personally am not a fan of European language. Like, I like Euro English. English cards that are manufactured in Europe. But as far as like French, Italian, German, all that stuff, I'm not too much of a big fan of those. Dark Grepher is going to be next. So moving on to Phantom Darkness here. This card has really cool artwork. This card can be procced in a plethora of dark decks. There's just, the possibilities are endless. Light and dark, again, just have obscene amounts of support in this game, and this card is just an amazing utility card. It's a level 4, it's a dark, it's a warrior. Stats are kind of weak for what it is, but the effect is just so juicy, and this is a beloved, amazing card for playability purposes and for collectability purposes, exclusively for this original print Secret Rares. So our market price, there's a couple European ones here. Mod play first are a little over 100 bones. Lightly played here is a European one. Apparently, if this is an English one, I'm assuming it is 134 plus for lightly played first edition. There is a stack of 5 here for near mint first edition for 160. 2 pages availability. It looks like that is going to be the only stack available. So insane market value on this, and rightfully so. I mean, this card is a high rarity secret rare, really infamous set, amazing artwork, and the playability and collectability. Like, this is like the perfect duality. This card has great synergy for the game state, and it also is an amazing collector's card. The Dark Creator is going to be next, Phantom Darkness, original Secret Rares. So this, as well as the Creator from Rise of Destiny Ultimate first, those are, like, you know, very sought after and collectible in my personal opinion. This card, it just, again, it's high rarity Secret Rare. It's a very infamous set, collector set. It's got great artwork, and the playability isn't so great. I mean, technically, like, there is potential for, to a certain extent, every card. I mean, we've seen, like, the most randomest, like, trash cards when they first come out. Like, why did Konami make this? It's so bad. But then there's certain decks that come out, or certain, like, lines of combos that come out that actually make them, like, ridiculously popular and go up in value. So you never really know. But for all that, all like in said, in like one package, I think this is an all-around, you know, pretty well-rounded, great card. More specifically for collectors as opposed to playability, though, at least in my personal opinion. My play first edition original secrets will be 36 bones starting market price here. These are all pretty much onesie twosie stacks until we jump down to the stack of lightly played first edition, which is going to be about 55. And then again, the first lightly played first editions are going to be about 40. Really quick, let's check out bulk prices. So there is a stack of 3 mod play first edition for 36 plus, then that 5 stack for 55, and then a stack of 3 near mint. So it is nice that they have bulk prices of all 3 conditions, all first edition, mod play, lightly played, near mint. That doesn't happen too often, especially for these big hitter old cards. So that's really cool that you have the option to choose between which conditions that you want to get, and they all are priced accordingly, which is really nice. Armageddon Knight is going to be next. So just like Dark Grepher, you know, the other combo piece to Dark builds, really great stuff, amazing artwork. This is the original super rare, of course, out of Phantom Darkness. Sadly, we don't really have any heavy hitter rarities of this. I believe we have like some subset discussing ultra rare reprints, which is just tragic. But other than that, this is pretty much what we're left with. I know there's a couple other super rare, or at least one other super rare subset reprint, but this being the OG, this being the oldest, this being the original, this is the best one. And price trends show my play first edition starting market price is roughly around 3-4 bones. These are all onesie twosie stacks until we hit the 7 stack here for near first edition for a Phantom under 10 bones, and then pretty much doppels out after that for those. Really quick, we'll go ahead and see what the availability is. Availability for other stacks. So pretty much 10 bones, first 2 stacks, near mint, well, near mint lightly played. 10 bones, then jumps to 15 for a stack of 7, and then a whopping 50 bones after that at the bottom out price. So really incredible stuff. So this is kind of what I was saying before. So ghosts from this 5D-ish era. Again, I get 5Ds confused with, you know, the different eras of the Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really know how to say it, but I believe this is 5Ds. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not like super amazing with the history, so forgive me if it's, you know, not 100% accurate. But Ghost Rares are so gorgeous. Ghost Rares are my all-time favorite rarities of like ever. They're really great, especially from like this era of the game. Like they were just, their quality was just unparalleled, and they are so extremely expensive. So like, I mean, like, look at this. Like, so Unlimiteds, like English Unlimiteds for Ghosts Honest from the original Light Destructions, they're like 75 bones procking starting market price, and then they go to like 80, and then they pretty much go up to about a bill after that. But if we swap over, and these are for unlimiteds, and we swap over to first editions, I'm actually surprised. Well, actually, these are European. This is a Deutsch and Italiano. But they double, which given the fact that the lightly playeds unlimiteds are only 100 bones, like that's not too bad for a first edition to proc for double when it's that low, like from 1 bill to 2 bill. I still think that's relatively reasonable because first edition is just like insane for like this era of the game. It still is double though, and unfortunately not every player is going to have the financial resources to proc double on a single card. Like that is a pretty heavy hitter. There is a stack of 4 here for lightly played first edition for under 2 bills, which is incredible. Again, if you have the financial resources, this is really, really great, but you know, it's going to be rough. Not everyone is going to be able to, you know, just proc out 800 bones like, you know, one none. So anyway, I think just in general, we'll go ahead and do bulk prices for unlimited and first editions alike. So near mint unlimited, this is okay. Well, no, so something else. I've seen, so on eBay a couple weeks back, I showcased a couple listings on eBay, eBay and TCG Player. They had a couple stacks available, and they were roughly around the 100 bone mark, which was just a steal deal. And we can obviously see that now. There's only 1 stack of unlimiteds for these ghosts, and they're 140 now, so they've procced up 38 plus a pop. And then again, 4 stack for about 200, and then 200 plus after that. So an all around really great stuff. Again, these are the only times that I really believe if you're gonna go max rarity, like alties, secrets, like original ghosts, you have to go first edition. But for the ghost specifically, it's a lot more legitimate and a lot more reasonable to go for the unlimiteds, in my personal opinion, if that makes sense. That was probably like way too drawn out, but I was trying to explain it in detail so like the majority of you guys could understand what I was trying to theorize. Solar Recharge is going to be next. Light Destruction, Ultimate Rares, amazing stuff, light sworn stuff. Starting market price for mod play first editions is going to be 70 bones. There is a stack of 3 here for 70, which is really nice. First edition mod play ultimates for 70. There's a lightly played 4 stack here. Lightly played stack of first edition ultimates 4 stack for 82, which is pretty nice. 3 pages availability. Again, just to verify, we'll go ahead and switch over to bulk prices. So again, we don't have that collector's near mint bulk prices available here on TCGP currently, unfortunately, but you do have several options for lightly playeds and 1 set of mod play alike, which is really, really nice. Lila the Beautiful is going to be next. I absolutely love this card. I think it's just completely, utterly, amazingly gorgeous in every way. It's an MST on legs. It's a light. It's a level 4. It's a spellcaster. It's a light sworn. She's a total baddie. And this card is really, really awesome. So starting market price for original ultimate first or ultimate first edition's lightly mod played is going to be 43 bones, rightfully so. These are all pretty much onesie twosie stacks. You have some European foreign ones, and they start to go up to 70s. Let's go ahead and take a look. So for bulk prices, oh well, this is actually only for first editions exclusively. Again, so this isn't a ghost, but for bulk prices, I think it's a hard pill to swallow, but I think this is okay to invest in. For ultimates exclusively, unlimited, for these conditions are better, so mod play are better. If you're getting a good deal, obviously, yes, you want to go for the first editions because, you know, you're going all out as a high rarity of ultimate rare. But you can see the price trends, you know, and conditions is very significant. The stacks for unlimiteds go anywhere, well, pretty much 40 bones, and then they over double for the first edition variants. But they are first edition, so completely up to you guys. All around, just really, really amazing stuff. Also, the first edition ultras, even though they're very much ultras, it is Light Destruction, it's Lila. They're still like old school, like amazing era Yu-Gi-Oh! First edition Lilas. I think there's definitely no shame in investing in like lightly played or near mint first edition ultras as well. But again, of course, the ultimate rares take the cake in every category if you guys can afford it. Judgment Dragon is going to be next. So these are the original Light Destruction Secret Rares, first editions exclusively again. So if you're going to go all out, if you're going to go Judgment Dragons, the only other alternatives to this would really be like the Duelist Saga first edition Ultras. Those are really nice. Other than that, it's first edition secrets all the way. I really, really, really do not recommend investing in unlimited secrets. I mean, for playability purposes, maybe, but I mean, at that point, like what are you really doing? You're spending a lot of money for an unlimited old, collector's card. You might as well just go first edition. There are the Turbo Pack Ultimate Rares. I like these a lot more. I'll be honest. It's not that I think that the Turbo Ultimates look bad. I think they look pretty good for what they are, but I'm very much an OG print, like the nostalgia behind the old, like, original first edition secrets, and again, Light of Destruction being one of my all-time favorite sets, beyond the, like dual monsters Gen 1 era of the game state. Really awesome stuff. Mod play first editions for like onesie stacks. Starting mark price is about 80 bones and goes up to 85. There's some European, Deutsch and French ones, and it just continues to trickle up after that. These are all onesie twosie stacks. I'm really curious if there are any bulk prices available. So bulk price, first edition secrets, original print, starting mark price 4 stack is 210 bones, and that goes to 250, and it goes to a Phantom under 300. So again, very, very scarce. And this is kind of like, this reminds me of kind of like, so they banned Chaos Emperor Dragon, and then like I feel like this is kind of like Chaos Emperor Dragon like reincarnated, but just like watered down, if that kind of makes sense, but still on its own merit alone, just like a total baddie. Fossil Dyna is going to be next. So I'm an avid anti-meta player. I absolutely love anti-meta. It was like one of my first loves in this game. And before this card we had Jowgen from Labyrinth of Nightmare, and then this set dropped and this completely blew out Jowgen in pretty much like every way. But I really feel that this card was inspired. Like, you can kind of see with the stats and like how the mechanics of this card works, it was definitely, I personally think it was definitely inspired from Jowgen. Jowgen was like the Gen 1, and then this was kind of like the reload, more modernized anti-meta stun card, which is just great. Amazing rarity of secret rare, amazing artwork, just complete devastating card on the field. Okay, so again, this card is not, and I don't have it, I don't know why, but this, because if you're gonna go all out, you're gonna go the highest rarity original Light Destruction secret rares, I really think that you guys need to go first edition. I really wouldn't waste much time or funds on the unlimiteds. There's the Tin super rare promos, there's the Duelist Saga Ultras that look really, really nice. For playability purposes, if you want a nice copy to play, just play the supers or play the Duelist Saga ones. I personally play the 2011 Tin super rares promos. They, super rare, really great. Doesn't really matter if it gets lightly played. Just my personal style. Starting market price for first edition mod plays is 40 bones. There's a stack of 3 here. Lightly played onesie stack is about 62, and there's a 2 stack here for 63 lightly played first edition. I'm more curious for bulk prices. It doesn't look like there are any stacks available besides that first mod play for 40 a pop, because these are all onesie twosie stacks, and then the third is just a onesie stack here. So pretty rough on the numbers, not too many available for bulk prices for the first editions. Julan is going to be next. So I think this card is underrated, and I'm going to get into the other versions in a moment here, because there is a super rare dual terminal, like original dual terminal super rare holofoils, which look just completely blowout. They're really, really nice, and they're super affordable. They were super affordable. They've been slowly going up, but I think they're still relatively affordable. This card, it has pretty good attack. It's a level 8, so XYZ rank 8 plays anyone. It's a fairy, it's a light. It technically, in my opinion, it's a hand trap. If you proc it off, it's a pretty devastating effect. If you don't know what this does, pause the video. This card is really, really cool. And I just really love light fairies. There's a lot of just like really great fun light fairy builds that I like that aren't necessarily like super like tier 1 competitive, but they're just really, really fun, and like they have some really great artwork and some really awesome cards that you can proc. Starting market price for this is going to be about 5, 6. There's a stack of lightly played first editions here for 6, which is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the bulk prices. So it was just the lightly played first editions for 6 for a 3 stack, and then it quickly jumps to 15 with this terrible shipping here. So in all honesty, the secret looks cool. I think I have like 3 first edition original secrets myself, but the dual terminal 5 super rares. There's just something about dual terminal, not chapter 1 like reloaded, regurgitated, crappy dual terminal, but like real core dual terminal from the game machines that are holofoils specifically. I mean, even the commons look great for the most of them, but the supers and the ultras, they just look completely gorgeous. I love them. I think they look really, really cool. And this card is just insanely affordable, like even for bulk prices. Like there's a fat stack of 19 for under a bone. There's a fat stack of 46 for under a bone. And then, you know, there's these all. So it's very, very abundance. Again, I just really think this card is underrated. don't want to talk too much about this because I feel like I'm kind of like one of the only like market watch YouTubers that talks about this card, or maybe I'm the only player that thinks that it's super good. But for the price, I think this is insane. Ryko the Psycho is going to be next. He has rabies, and he's not afraid to bite. He's a wild beast, and he's a total baddie. This card is awesome. So, we had, I think it was Gold Series 4, was it? Or Haunted Mind. The one that had hybrids for the Ghost Golds. Really great set. Really unique history merit with the Ghost Golds. They donned a gold rare, which doesn't look terrible, but you can't really get away from the original super rare like OG prints from Light Destruction. They're just so gorgeous. We're going to go ahead and look at some prices here. Starting market price, well, there's some Italiano ones here, and then it goes to for, you know, but pretty much a Phantom under 20 bones all across the board. Some of these are 2 stacks, most of them are onesie twosies. There's no bulk prices on the first page. I'm more curious for the bulk prices, again, because like it's Ryko, you're going to practice. If you're playing like old school Sworns, I could see you maybe using 1 or 2 of these. If you're like, again, like light Sworns are very splashable, you can mix them in with a lot of different cool stuffs, and maybe you'll use 1 or 2 of these. But for the most part, like if you're playing like Edison format, like OG, like Sworns, like pure Sworns, blended Sworns, you're gonna be running 3 Ryko, and he's just a beast. So starting my price for this for near mint first edition, there's a 4 stack here for 23, then it goes to 25, and then, you know, you have these prices here. So not a cheap card, especially seeing that's only a super rare. Now granted, back in the day, super rares weren't guaranteed in every booster pack. It was actually competitive to rip holofoils of super rares. But again, it's the OG print, and there also is the Starfoil prints as well. So the battle pack, this was the Gold Series 4 Pyramid Edition, was what I was talking about. It was actually going for pretty good money too. But the battle pack Epic Dawn Starfoils for first edition Starfoils exclusively, I think for playability purposes, because the supers are so incredibly expensive, I think that is a really nice alternative choice as well. Wolf is going to be next, so just like Ryko, just, you know, an amazing light Sworn card. And we have ultra rare variants of this, which aren't that bad because they're actually from Raw Yellow Mega Pack and Legendary Collection GX, which is Legendary Collection 2 or whatever it is, which actually look pretty nice. But more specifically for the Legendary Collection GX, Legendary Collection 2, I like those more than the Raw Yellow Mega Packs because they're like came out a set before. And Lumina actually looks the best, honestly. Like Wolf isn't that bad in that particular set. Not the Battles of Legends ultra rare like trash reprint. Like specifically the Legendary Collection GX one, it looks really good. And specifically for Lumina, like Lumina looks fantastic. And I know it's like an oxymoron, like saying that an ultra rare looks fantastic. It's pretty surprising. I surprised myself with my own words, but it really, really does. Like the gold on the name and like the holofoil is just very bright and vivid, and Lumina just looks gorgeous specifically from that print for first editions. Alright, so mod play first editions are going to be around 3-ish bones for these onesie stacks. These are all pretty much onesie stacks until we get down to the bottom here. It is actually not that bad. There is a stack of 4 here for 8. There's another stack here for about 7 plus this, you know, minute shipping. Again, just like Ryko, this is definitely something you're going to want in stacks. Unfortunately, it looks like, at least for these filters, there's only 2 stacks, so the 4 for 8 for near mint, and then it quickly goes to 14 for the 7 stack. So again, not really for just, you know, being a super rare. It's a very infamous old super rare, so it kind of demands a higher premium. So these next 3 cards are not Light Destruction, Phantom Darkness, the Duelist Genesis, or Crossroads of Chaos. Technically, the special edition is from Light Destruction for Kuraz. So that's kind of why I kind of embedded it in this video. I wanted to showcase this because I think this is a really critical card. I feel people like read this card, they don't really think about it, and they're like, oh, like I can pop 2 of my opponent's cards, but he basically potted reads. He gets to draw 1 for each, you know, proc card. But the thing that people don't really realize about this card is there's some decks, and again, we never really know what support's going to come and what new deck mechanics come, but we've already had a plethora of cards that we benefit as the pilot player from getting our cards destroyed, even from our opponent's effects, from our own effects. So this can very much be an amazing utility card if played in the right deck. If there comes a deck, there has been cards already in the past, but if new cards come out where they want to be destroyed by card effects, you can destroy your cards, proc their secondary effects, and then basically pot a greed yourself, while also having a body on board. And yes, it's slow because it's a tribute monster and all that, but really gorgeous artwork. This is the highest rarity. It's an OTS Tournament Pack 2 Ultimate Rare. It's pretty up there in price, so we'll just go ahead and review this really quick. Lily Blades are going to be 47. There is a stack of 4 here for this 47, which is pretty much all you need. There's another stack of 3 here. Really quick, we'll just go ahead and switch over. So pretty much all across the board, 47, 48, 50 range for bulk prices for near mint, lightly played alike for this. Really, really great stuff, but there's a caveat. The Light Destruction Special Edition Super Rare promos, I think they're not, for special edition promos, they're not cheap. But again, this card has a lot of potential, and I think that a lot of people are sleeping on this card, and we can kind of already see, you know, trendings. I can't be the only player that's kind of like really been trying to snipe this card up, but for bulk prices of the super rares, which again for playability purposes is fine in my opinion, pretty much 7 bones all across the board here for bulk prices, which again, you know, is very unusual for like a very highly manufactured special edition promo. But this card is really, really good, and the possibilities are endless for this card. So I just wanted to highlight that really quick. Christia is going to be next, the one and only, the infamous. This card is obscene, and again, like I love this card so much. This card has infinity possibilities and potential, and just, it's one of the like best stun cards in the game. Like you thought like Fossil Dino was bad, like this rips, and then try getting over 28 beater without special summoning, especially if it's like turn 1. It's really, really crazy. First editions, original prints of this are like ungodly. They're like the mystical cards that don't really exist. Mod play variant, starting market price is 171 bones. Then it pops off to 200 plus, and then just continues to increase after that. Very, very insane prices. These are all onesie stacks. Again, this is one of those cards where for unlimited, there's no shame in this for unlimited, because the first editions are just insanely scarce, really, really hard. For bulk prices, for original print secret rares for Christias, near mint unlimited, there's a 2 playset stack of 6 here for 80, 4 stack for 83, and then a fat 10 stack here for 80, but it has this trash shipping right here, so just be aware of that. Really, really great stuff. Now, the best thing about this card is, yes, the secret rare is extremely collectible. It's very gorgeous. It's aesthetically pleasing in every way, but for playability purposes, I absolutely love 2011 Collector's Tin Super Rare promos. There's the Destiny Soldier Mirrored Super Rares, and then there's just crap common, but these are just total trash. I think, you know, this is significantly older, and I'm just biased because I have a really big thing for 2011 Tin Super Rare promos. I mean, they had Pot of Duality, they had Warning. There was just like the 2011 Tin promo supers were just like infamous. They just were like some of my all-time favorite promos, like ever, like tin promos. Like they were just completely blowout. So I'm really biased towards this print specifically. And for the longest time, like these for bulk prices, like near mint alike, like they were just like pretty much around here, 2-3 bones, even like a bone a piece. The thing that's interesting is that we see is bulk prices have been almost nearly eradicated off the market. We see 3 stacks of 3, and they're all starting around 2-3 bones. Well, this one's 8. It's pretty much just gone, and rightfully so. I'm so excited about this. We see some price trendings trickling up, and then it starts to kind of branch off towards the top. This is still hollow foil. This is still super rare. This still is a great card to play, and I'm just waiting for this card to see the light of day on a dual board again, because I could talk about this card forever. There's just so many amazing things that go with this card. Majesty's Fiend is going to be the last card that I have for you guys tonight. Again, it's not part of those like specific special core sets that were the theme of the video tonight for the Market Watch, but I think this really correlated well with Christia. I never really thought about this before, but this stops all monster effects. Like, just like take a moment and let that seep in. That's so insane. Like DD Crow, Maxi, when it becomes unbanned, hand traps, anything happens in the grave, anything that happens in the hand, anything that happens, like this is like this is like a skill drain and like a skill drain, and it's like all of like the skill drains, the different drain, continuous trap, floodgates, like all in one. Like it stops the field, it stops the hands, it stops the graveyard. It's just insane. It's such a blowout card. It's gorgeous secret hollow foiling from Primal Origin, which really wasn't a popular set at all. This was probably like really just a very poor set, but this card was just awesome, and this card has seen some pretty significant uptick in value. There's a mod play one here for 10 bones, and then a near mint for 12. There's a 2 stack here for lightly played for 12. They're all pretty much onesie twosie stacks except for that one. And then if we switch over to bulk prices, it increases not significantly, but just a little bit here. First edition near mint 15 stack for 7, 17 for 4, 20 for 5, and then bottoms out at 30 bones for 5. So this is another incredible card. I have several of these near mint lightly played first edition secrets, and I think it's just an all-around amazing investment. And just like Christia, there is a tin super rare promo, this time from 2015, and this by far blows out this. Can't even say it, you know, either of these others, and it's just insanely affordable. It is just so affordable. Get yourself like 9 to 18 copies of this. It's just insanely affordable right now. Like, look at all these stacks under a bone. It's crazy. This card is amazing. When this card hits, it hits, and it hits hard, and it just does not stop. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you guys have enjoyed this content, please consider sharing it with someone that you believe will also enjoy this content. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.